All right, everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And on today's video, I want to talk about mods and when you should focus on just obtaining mods, when you should start transitioning into farming mod slicing materials, right? And then when, how to identify that time period, right? How to figure out when that is. Before I kind of get into all of those details, right? If you want to support this channel for free, all you have to do is subscribe, right? And then if you find this video helpful, leave a comment, leave a like. And then lastly, guys, just share this with your guild, throw it in the Discord server, help spread the word. Trying to, get the channel up, gain some more subscribers, and hopefully help more people on their journey through this game. So mods, right? Mods are probably the most important aspect of this game. The reason I say that, right, yes, gear is very important, but once I get a character to Relic 7 here, right, once I get my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren to Relic 7, he stays at Relic 7, right? I can't take Relic levels away, right? I can't move those Relic levels from him to another character, right? It stays there, that's that. Mods, I can move around between characters, right? I can take the mods off of Kylo Ren and move them to Jedi Master Luke or Jedi Master Kenobi, depending on a situation, right? Or I get a better mod, I can move it between characters. You can't do that with gear. And that's why I think mods are so important, and that's why I think you need to make sure that you're staying on top of them. But even before you get there, right, how do you know when you should start focusing on transitioning from just obtaining mods to, starting to slice your mods up, right, spending some resources there, and then when is it time to just completely get almost ridiculously picky, right? So I'm going to show you examples in my roster, and I'll kind of explain along the way what those different thresholds are. So when should you transition from just obtaining mods, right, to starting to focus on slicing them? It's going to be when you get to a character like Commander Luke Skywalker, right, as an example here, where the way that I mod my Commander Luke is to take advantage of the Chewpio unique. I have a whole video talking about this in more detail, but basically, Luke, you want tenacity and offense mods on him, right? You want about as much as you can get on him. So one of the big things that I try to tell people is when you're doing something like this, right, when you're farming these things up, it's important to just, once I get a mod set like this, I want to slice it and put it on Luke, right? That's the goal there. And when I'm at the point where I'm trying to get a specific set for a character, right? I want those mods on Luke, or my Chewbacca, right? I want it all tenacity mods. When I'm getting to the point where I don't just want random mods, I want to be specifically modding a character, that's your first cue that you need to start transitioning into getting slicing materials. Because when you're starting to build specific sets for a character, you want those to be the best mods possible, so you want to get some slicing materials on them, right? You want them to be as good as they can be. So that's kind of the first point you'll hit of, hey, I should maybe back off farming mods and start really focusing on these slicing materials, is when, you have a character like Anakin, and you're looking at him and you're saying, hey, you know what? I have a health mod down here, but I really want offense. Maybe that's when you get offense on him. That's when you start slicing, right? That when you get that character modded really well, that's when you start transitioning to that point. Then the next time you transition is when mods, just obtaining mods isn't helping you, right? So the example I'll use here in my roster is the Mandalorian character. So my Mandalorian is right here. So I have 3 crit chance sets on the Mandalorian, right? Very specific mod set for him. So in the mod store earlier today, I'll show you guys here. Let me go back out real quick. So in the mod store, there was a mod here. It was an offense cross, right? Crit chance set, had speed, and it had crit chance percent. And I saw this and thought, man, this could really help Mando if I roll some good speed on here. So I went and bought the mod, right? I took a chance, bought the mod. And so you guys will see that, when I filter on it here, Where's the speed at? And it was offense percent. So here's the mod that I bought. It only rolled to 10 speed, right? So for some people, that's a fantastic mod, right? You would be happy with 10 speed. I've already got 12 on him, and I have protection percent. You know, you could make the case that the 10 speed one is better because offense is a better stat. The reason I have protection is because Mando is a little bit on the weaker side, so I like that protection. But had this rolled a lot of offense, I could have put it on somebody like Jango, right? Or Anakin, TIE Pilot, right? There are a couple characters who could have benefited from this mod. Now, the reason I bring this up, right, and say, oh, this is a cue card that, you only want to focus on mods this way, is that, this 10 speed, right, like, that's a rare mod to get, right? That gold mods are really the only thing that I'm looking for now because I don't want to spend the resources to go from purple to then gold because it just takes so much longer and it's tying up resources that I could have used elsewhere, right? So in my case, I really only focus on obtaining slicing materials because I have enough mods. I just need to I need to take the mods I currently have and make them better, right? Make them more of a benefit to my roster. So this 10 speed mod, I'll probably end up throwing it on someone here like maybe Hoth Scout or, Vet Han, Lando, right? Like there's a couple characters who will benefit from the speed. Rebel Officer Leia Organa, she benefits from it, but again, it's at what point are we, splitting hairs with mods, right? But this is a perfect example I wanted to show you guys of, kind of that progression of going from I just need mods to I should be getting some slicing materials because I'm getting specific sets to then finally getting to the point of, 10 speed secondary isn't really helping me. Let's just increase the mods that I have. So one more example I will show is, let me get out of the Bounty Hunter faction here. I'll go on to somebody like, let's go to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So I've got a, speed square here, right? So when I filter here and I filter by my speed, right? I go from having, 24 speed is my best ones, right, to 23. I could slice this one more time, right? 21. So obviously this could be an area where you could say, oh, well, a 10 speed could help me. But as you'll get down, you'll start seeing that I've got, 10s and 9s, right? So the ones that are really helping me are when I get above that 10 threshold. And in my experience, that's when it's more important to focus on slicing the mods you currently have, because for me to go and find a mod that rolls 10, that's going to take a while, right? Like that's just the pure fact of it. It's going to take a long time with resources. But with slicing, I'm getting a better opportunity to, find that because along the way, I may end up buying a mod that, comes out as a plus 12, right? And I can slice that up and I have the resources available to do it. So for me, that's kind of my advice, right? That as you guys are seeing, it's not so much about at 2 million GP, 4 million, 6 million, whatever, right? It's more so along the lines of when is it not enough for you to just be obtaining mods, right? When do you need specific sets for characters? Once you have those specific sets, right, you want those to be the best possible, so you're going to put resources into slicing them up. And then finally, when you're getting to that point where just having speed isn't enough, you need more of it, that's when I think it's best to just focus on slicing materials because having a lot of mods at that point isn't benefiting you because you have enough of them already. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Does this video help you out? Does it kind of give you a guide, a path to getting there? Obviously, if you're still watching this video, just let me know that it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.